Check. Good afternoon. Welcome back, Season 5, Episode 1 of your Leaders Only digital show and podcast. I'm your host, Kendall.
And I am Samaj.
And man, it's so much of a blessing to be back, man. We ask y'all to always like, comment, subscribe. And if you're missing on a live streaming, you always can hit pound replay in the comments. Give us your thoughts, opinions, but always like, comment, subscribe, click that bell.
That's right. And we are brought to you today by What a Change Mentoring and Tone Drone. Definitely excited to be back. Yeah. And today we'll be talking about the importance of fathers in the family unit. So, as my brother said, go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe, share it, invite your folks, and comment. We always do appreciate your comments. Let us know, how you've been doing and how we are doing now. And you can always share topics or places that we need to be. We love the feedback from the community.
Yes, sir. You can always email us at leadersonly22@gmail.com. Sorry. You can always email us at Gmail, leadersonly22@gmail.com, man, to give us any of your thoughts, opinions. If you got topics, anything that's touching your soul, man, you can reach out always, man. It's so great to be back, man. We a little nervous, but man, we excited too.
Yeah, we trying new technology. That's all. But we're definitely glad to be here. If you catch us and it's not live, do remember to put the hashtag replay in the comments and just let us know you were here.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, moving forward, tomorrow is Indigenous People Day. We've been blessed with a beautiful day today. As you can see, we are here in Arlington, Virginia. It's 80-some degrees. Yes. And tomorrow is a day which was officially born in 1992. Indigenous People Day is meant to recognize the painful history Indigenous people have faced to celebrate their communities. While the holiday had been discussed and honored among some tribal nations for years, a discussion on your thoughts of this holiday, we would love to get your feedback. But mine, want me to kick it off?
Yeah, go ahead,
so first and foremost, how I feel about Indigenous Day is, I feel like I'm a part of the Indigenous community.
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, just like the T-shirt I'm wearing here today, it says I'm not black. So tomorrow is a day that I will partake in and just saying thank you because, no holiday is bigger than any other day. But as far as it, being passed or being made into something important, that's always respect. Just like kind of with Juneteenth. Yeah. I feel like until we start taking these days important, until we start figuring out the definition of these words, because we fall right in line with the word indigenous. If you look it up, it is you.
Yes, sir.
So my thoughts is that it's just good, that they making some type and bringing some type of awareness to it. But anything that involves us, the original man, the original woman of this land, I'm not going to be excited or happy until we recognize it, till we bring it to the forefront, till we be a part of it, and we don't wait for someone else to give us something. You know what I mean?
Right. I pretty much feel the same way. My main thing is I appreciate the recognition that they're bringing on to it. I'm not the type, which I'm learning every day, that really oversaturate a day with too much highlight of it. I appreciate it. I take it in by myself most of the time. Every day is like a appreciation day for me now, because I just recognize so many people within the last years of me just being back in society for the last 5 years. It's just so many people just losing their lives from it, and it's not an age on there, So it's not just murders and violence. It's different ways they're dying, But recently, the main issue been in the surroundings of me and the people that work with me, that work with our company and things of that nature. It's been a struggle for them, and life is life, and mental health been a major part of it. We have dealt with a couple people who have committed suicide recently, with just the guys that's in our circle. They have dealt with people jumping off a bridge. It's just been crazy. So yeah, I appreciate the recognition of the day because it goes back to, like you said, it's for us to learn what it is. So if you don't know what it means, now it's time for you to go ahead and take your time out and do your research on it.
Yes. Yeah, so happy Indigenous Day to those who celebrate tomorrow. But as my brother said, and as I will continue to remind you, any day you wake up is a holiday.
Yes,
any
sir.
day that you wake up is a blessing. And instead of, the government or anybody giving us a day, let's just take it all the way back to the Father and just be blessed for another day.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. So now diving into that, it's crazy that word fell right in line. Now we're gonna get to let's get into talking about the fathers and how the fathers are very important in the unit, in the family unit. I'm sorry. So we're going to discuss the 7 traits, the 7 traits of the effective parenting, and the 7 traits of effective parenting are thorough research and practical templates to structuring the application of authority, really in a style inside the household, which mainly starts with the father.
All right, so the first one is adaptability. And with adaptability, that means you handle stress and what is coming at you as a dad in healthy and effective ways. It also means you have the mental flexibility to help your child feel understood and noticed by you.
Yep. So, can you elaborate like a little bit on that, bro? Like to like break it down, like 'cause some people might not know what that really.
I mean, adaptability is. I mean, you're able to take on whatever life. Like you said, when life is life, and you have to be under control. You are the leader, and as well as you are the hero to your child. So your child can't see you all discombobulated, not in control of your emotions, not in control over your thoughts. So being able to adapt to the situation, it means, like you said, you handle stress and what's coming at you as a dad in a healthy and effective way. So, your son might learn about LGBT, Q. And he may say he want to be a woman one day and he don't know why. He might have heard other people, saying it. So an effective or adaptable way is not to call him a faggot or any of these type of ways, but going in and figuring out first, what made you think of that? Why are you saying this? What are you doing? Asking questions and really digging deep and not just taking it for face value. You have to really get to the source. And if you really got to the source of something like that, it could have just been him hearing it from on TV and then his friends bringing it from social media into the school. It could have just been that simple. But you got to assess the situation and make the best decision as a man would.
Right. So the next point is respect. Respect brings you full present to your family. Through respect, you modeling and looking inward and managing yourself well, so you can listen and see the effectively response to and how to love and bear and things of that nature with your children. So respect really can go both ways. Most people say that we were brought in to always, respect your family. Respect your parents. And in the society today, it's like a lack of respecting of parents in a generation now, as far as the youth. And I believe that it goes hand in hand. It goes both ways. So a kid can feel disrespected and from the parent, get disrespected and things of that nature, and they feel like, well, dang, I gotta respect this person because it's just my parent, but they don't have to respect me because I'm their child. So I see it both ways, and that starts with teaching a child that you respect them too. If you're wrong, you need to be man enough or woman enough to tell your child you was wrong. In a situation of that, I just be feeling like it's not always it's automatic that you're going to respect your parents, but I also believe that it's works both ways. You can't disrespect the child and think that they're going to respect you and do everything that you ask them to do, or lead by following what you doing to them. You can't follow somebody that's showing them nothing but disrespect or not showing them the right and wrong of respect or what it is. That's my intake on that.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, as I said, you know, you love all image bearers of the Most High, so we are supposed to become the Most High in human form. I know it's an everyday cycle, but respect, to me, it starts with self-respect. I feel like there's such a lack of self-love, self-discipline, self-accountability, self-respect. A lot of people don't even respect themselves and want you to treat them better than they treat their own self. You know what I mean? Then we've been straddling this disrespect for so long that we have selective respect. You know, we'll take disrespect from these people because we feel like, well, they bigger or badder than us, or that's my boss. But you won't take it from your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mother, you're the dude who run down the street, you go grab a gun. I'm kind of tired of all that, you know, and I feel like when it comes to respect, like you said, you give it, you get it, but it starts in the mirror. Just as well as you won't know how to respect somebody until you respect yourself. You won't know how to love nobody until you love yourself. All this stuff starts with self. And as we bring it closer to in forms of being a father, we got the perfect image, you know, to follow. You know what I mean? He's the father and mother of all of us. Right. You know what I mean? We sitting in Mother Nature. She's here to do her job. And the Father created us in His image. So even the dads and the fathers of the world has a father. You know what I mean? So we got to bow it down. And at the end of the day, how would you talk to the Most High? How would you respond to the Most High? If the Most High pissed you off, would you curse him out? I really feel like you wouldn't. You may be upset and you can voice your opinion, but you ain't about to disrespect the Most High because you scared. Right. Most people living in fear. So you gotta keep it that same way. Correct. Next is intentionality, which helps you create goals and focus on what you're building in your child's life. Intentional affection, instruction, conversation, meal times, play times, and encouraging words can all have life-giving impacts on your family. And I really, really love that because, again, living with intention. If you live your life with intention, or if you're purposeful, if you say that's what you're going to do and that's what you're going to do, if you're going to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, whatever it is, if you're going to do that and you're going to be consistent at it, that's where it starts. You're being intentional. You know you're going to bed at this certain time. You know you're going to read this amount of chapters a day. You know you're going to save this much. Well, it crosses over right when you have a child too. You know, you got to be intentional on when they come through that door, how was your day? When they wake up in the rising, how do you feel today? You know what I mean? How did it make you feel when? You know, when they bring you stories or things that they feel uncomfortable about, or if something had happened, how did that make you feel? Having a mealtime, you know, we lacking that. I remember coming up and we had to eat at the dinner table. Now, I mean, everybody is on the fly. You can get Uber Eats, you can get Instagrub, you can get Instacart, he cooking, you know what I mean? We're really losing that in this, you know, having that father figure in there, you know, that old school guy coming home from work, taking them boots off, and, you know, mom got the dinner ready. It's really lacking in today, you know, and we got to be intentional because, as you said, you know, life be lifing. And if we keep being the victim in this life, then it'll continue to kick our butts. But when you decide to fight back, you got to be intentional with your conversations, the play times, encouraging words, and everything encompasses itself. Teaching, instruction. Most of the times I say, you know, that I don't want children just to follow what we tell them. You know, we gotta set better examples so they can follow what we do then. Right. So that's just a little bit of how I feel about it.
Yeah, how I feel. I just want to touch in on a little part of that and add this to mine. My perspective, because and that goes in with your intention of what do you want your child. So I'm gonna put it this way: your child is an athlete, but what is your intent with that?
Right. What you trying to get out of it?
What you trying to get out of that? Is it really just to push your child because that's what he want to do or she want to do, or is it for you to get the highlight because that's what you couldn't do?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I be thinking about too, because by you being a coach and around them young men, I'm pretty sure that they give you how they feel in situations like that. So
oh yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the scenarios we can use with the definition of, if you don't know what intent means, we giving you the scenario. That's one of them right there.
Yeah, and that was big because the fact that you say that, and the fact that we have been around athletes, for some time now, everybody don't gravitate to the sport because that's what they wanted to do. A lot of times their parents put them in there. Sometimes, most times, a lot of times when it comes to these dads, they put their children in sports to, fulfill a dream that they couldn't. That is very true. But when it comes down to it, that's why you got to have these intentional conversations, because at least you could say, look, man, Pops ain't make it. I feel like you got these genes. I want you to at least try it. And then you have to have room for that response. Yeah. Dad, I'll try it until. Dad, I don't want. It might be a day where he walk in there and say, Dad, I don't want to do it no more. But you have to at least have that conversation like, yo, you really want to do this? Because what people don't realize is you are contributing to attempted murder when it comes to football. At least when we talk about football. Every time your child go out there and you know that child don't want to be out there, and they putting themselves in the line of fire with them helmets and them pads and running that fast and people at certain weights, that if he get hit and don't get up, it's on you. Yeah. And all you had to do was ask, like, yo, are you scared? Are you afraid? Or would you like to do something else? Like, man, you talk to some of these young men, they want to be architects. They want to be engineers. Some of them want to play Twitch. You know what I mean? Play the game.
Some of them want to be gamers.
Yeah.
YouTubers. Videographers,
anything.
photographers, anything. It don't always have to be sports, professional leagues and things of that nature, because like you said, man, it's a danger and it's a mental health struggle with it.
Yeah, and everybody just not from that era. That was the era that we were from, you know. You had to play sports, and listen, I'm still the number one advocate for young men and young women to play sports because it's still a vehicle. Yes. At least use it as a vehicle, and talk to your children about using that sports as a vehicle, at least to get to the next level for free. But if it's something that they don't want to do, there's tons of ways. And before we get hung up on it, go through social media with them, go through the video games with them, go through, trees, you know what I mean? Buying land with them, so they can own trees and sell trees, stuff like that. I mean, if you want them to succeed in life, let them know that the game that they're playing, whatever sport that they're playing, that the odds are most times less likely than hitting the lottery. So keep that in their mind and strap them up, you know what I mean?
So as always, man, by us saying that, we always want to encourage y'all to do something positive during the day. Stay like physically. Try to keep your mind up. Try to do something that feeds your mind, feeds your spirit. Whether it's working out, whether it's taking a walk with your significant other or whoever's close to you or your friend, or whether it's going for a jog, a bike ride. Because I know this guy beside me, he can ride a bike forever. But in mine is working out, which is one of his. You can read, just stimulate your mind. Try to challenge yourself and to do something different. And always, if you're struggling with anything that's going to harm yourself, or you thinking of anything that's going to danger, or you see somebody that's in danger, or you see somebody or heard something, we have our own line that you can hit. It's 988.
Yes, and don't hesitate if you're struggling, man. Please, 911 is emergency. 988 is mental, physical, emotional emergencies. Yes, you know what I mean? So don't hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Sir. Sometimes you just need a voice to remind you how special you are.
We all are.
Continuing, the fathers and the family unit discussion. Steadfast love always allows you to love deeply and give your family the strength that stems from a father's love unconditionally. Boundaries allow you to model and teach healthy ways to engage with opportunities, relationships, and interests.
So boundaries is one of the things that's very important. Boundaries. That's so important. To respect somebody's boundaries. See how all these things go hand in hand. Respect, the intention of respecting somebody's boundaries, and what's their intention of setting boundaries. It's important to allow somebody to have their own space and not invade their privacy or their boundary. Mm-hmm. That's the line. That's what it's for. That's the blockage. That's to let you know that this is where the line is drawn, and it's respectfully. And most times it should be in a respectful manner. Like we all set boundaries, you know. It's important to do that. I set my own just because I'm one of those persons that does everything in private. And now that I'm exploring life and getting used to putting myself out there, I set boundaries on how I do this because I don't want to overwhelm myself and take on too much, and to have a team that accepts that, and we all working together and using our head. It's important to use that as a unit because we setting it as an example. Like we have a father in our unit right here with just our team that has a strong mind, even though he doesn't make every decision, but it's a collective matter, and that's how it starts in the house with the father. He doesn't have to make every decision, but if we bring it together and make a collective matter, we all should be able to do it in a respectful manner, whether it's a child with their boundaries. Yeah, don't nobody want you busting in their room while they playing the game all the time. You know, that's a that might be a boundary for them. That's cool to respect that and accept that. So that's my intake on that.
Yeah, grace and forgiveness present the ministry of reconciliation that the Father has given us. And a dad can truly make his home debt-free and spiritually strengthened by modeling his grace and forgiveness. Gratitude provides a father with a loving and humble perspective that helps lead him and his family as well. Yeah, you know, like you said, boundaries, you know, unconditional love, which I don't feel like we have. Gratitude, in which I feel like we don't have enough of. Grace and forgiveness, which I feel like is selective. We forgive auntie or sister, cousin over here. Oh, that's just how they do it. You get mad at this person. No, your boundaries gotta be like that across the board.
Yeah.
You know, your grace and forgiveness has to be like that across the board.
Yeah.
Your gratitude, again, you know what I mean? Where we looking forward to these days and then we don't get what we want on our birthday and we don't get what this and we don't get that, but then you die. You could have been served a dish of death.
Yeah.
Then what? I mean, I don't get it with adults no more. I really don't.
And that could be the cause of your death.
Yeah, like if you're gonna move with gratitude, move with it. Yeah. But you gotta be grateful. Don't nobody gotta give you nothing for you to be grateful. You got life, you know.
And the oversaturation of love. It's kind of tough.
Fairy tale love.
You know, it's kind of tough. Like in the past, how we were brought up, and the man is supposed to be so tough and not show affection to his sons, and in that manner of being affectionate. You know?
You always been told to be tough, and what you should. But again, when you become older and more mature, you realize that crying is healing, but you shouldn't do too much of it. This is a fact.
But release it.
But you gotta release. But you are a man. You know what I mean? So the world don't care if you cry. So it's like balancing everything, bro. Then you gotta know that we gotta kill a cycle. Why do we have to be so fairy tale loving? You know, somebody telling you sit your ass down and stop doing that is a form of love.
Yes.
You're about to hurt yourself. You're about to fall into hot grease. You about to burn your hand. You want them to be like, oh, baby, no, it don't work like that. That's not the way the world works. As well as we look at it as love, right?
Yeah.
It's only one form, but love is an action. So typically it's the frequency that's needed at that moment.
Yes.
That's literally all it is. So if it comes on stern, you need a stern love at that time. If it comes on soft, you need a soft love at that time. But the fact that we didn't have the fathers in our households for so long that we don't have, it's every man for themselves. Yeah. We don't have nobody to bow it down to. Everybody got a voice. Everybody feel like they should be respected, heard, all that. And that's not the way. You don't even run a successful team or business like that. Everybody can't talk at the same time. And when one person say shut up, Michael Jordan say shut up, you gonna shut up. Kobe Bryant say shut up, you gonna shut up. You go in your household, the man tell you shut up, can't shut up. It don't make sense. Your father tell you shut up, he gotta get out. Yeah. Woman don't, you can't tell me nothing. Why can't I? That's the main reason. And when you really look at it, it's in the book. The Torah, it's in the Circle 7, it's in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. So then who do we bow it down to? because you're not going in an Indian household talking to a man like that. He's going to be in the house, okay? A Mexican household, they might have 30 people, but the father is going to be in there. This is a real problem in our community. It's over 75% of households that don't have no fathers. Yeah. And it's more than that now. That was in 2023. You know what I mean? And we are products of that. My father wasn't in our household. We had a stepfather. Then with stepfathers, they got to take on so much grief. That's why I can't do the stepfather thing. Only reason I can't is because at first I got to get through to the woman. You got to be willing to follow. You got to be willing to listen. You know what I mean? It don't even work when we get in here and then children, you know what I mean? Because children are supposed to listen regardless. They're supposed to trust our guidance. Yep. They're supposed to trust our leadership, and who we supposed to be following is righteousness, wherever you get it from. But that's the problem in our community. The fact that our pops wasn't there, a lot of us became our own dad. Yep. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do it my way. And then he going to do it his way. He going to do it his way. And it's about 20 million ways inside of in our urban communities right now. Yeah. Don't nobody have no wherewithal when it comes to emotional intelligence. No, nobody have no wherewithal when it comes to just thinking. You know what I mean? You know how many problems would alleviate themselves if we just took 5 seconds and thought? Yeah. Just 5 seconds. No structure. No structure, you know what I mean? And we always think it's reparations. We always think it's, you know what I mean, the white man is against us and da-da-da. Man, we against ourselves.
Nah, it ain't
you know what I mean? Brothers, we got to do better. If you know you ain't going to take care of the baby, that's another thing. That's another thing, because every woman ain't kicking the fathers out now. No. Some brothers creating babies and don't want no family. Yeah. That's not cool. Yeah, you can't just be having sex to have sex, because what come from it, we got to clean it up. People like me, people that really want to do this, people that want to be in the community, people want to help your kids. It don't, whether I get paid or not, I still want to help your kids. That's it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's how we do get our spiritual currency. That is how, you know what I mean, you do get ready and go to the next level. You got to walk away from a lot of this stuff, man. And it takes becoming a man. It takes being grateful, having gratitude, being spiritually inclined. But the only way you get there is by reading and practicing and applying. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then when you become like that, then you really gonna have boundaries. Then you really gonna be trying to protect yourself and the people that are alike like you. You know what I mean? Because those are the Most High's people. We all are the Most High's people, but there are those people who begin to align themselves to walk like the Most High. I'll be first to tell you, I'm not perfect, but I want to walk that life. I'm ready to do the work. Okay, so you got two sides, and it's like, well, okay, we already know we've been ignorant for so long. You got that side, but how do you fault the people that's at least trying to go that way? Right. You got two roads, and you fault the person that's trying, but you not further. I don't get it with us. With us, we becoming our own problem.
Nobody looks in the mirror.
No, you're too horny for your own good.
That's it.
Real talk. I was just talking to Shannon yesterday. We was talking about going to homecoming and stuff, and I said, I would love to give y'all something for homecoming. I really would. But I'm not on that no more. So whomever I do an event with, I don't want to hear chasing coochie. Literally, you're doing a party to get more coochie. Y'all want to be more popular. Straight up, bruh. I haven't done it for so long, so I've been able to watch and observe it. Yep. We still want to be the big man on campus. Still got 6, 7, 8, 9 people on one little venue instead of bringing it all together so we can really make some power moves, get some sponsors, do this, do that. Nah. The problem that has always been at Norfolk State, and it's still that way now, it has always been a competition. It has not been about collaboration. And if your light shine bigger than somebody's, I'm talking about, I'm not wearing no jewelry, I wear my old shoes there. And you still gonna have a problem because the aura, we created it. I was passionate about it. It was something that I loved to do. They took the love out of it. Walk away. You walk away. But that's what it's about being a man. We need more men first, and then we need fathers. And then if you already have the responsibility of being a father, you need to go be one. That's it. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Even if you can't get along with the mother, and the mother can't get along with you, guess what, bro? Y'all got a common denominator. When the last time have y'all sat down and read a book together? The mother, the father, and the kid. No. I guarantee you it'd be something in the book that reminds you that y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Outwitting the devil, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Give me something else. A Purpose-Driven Life. These type of books, bro, they will at least get you. Yeah, if you apply it, being a man. If you Ways of a Superior Man. Yes, sir. If y'all read the books and really apply it, it ain't no way. Y'all ain't got to love each other, but y'all will be effective for the benefit of the greater good, which everybody keep forgetting, and I'm so tired. Everybody keep forgetting about the next generation.
Yeah, man.
Your day is up. I'm 40. It's up. I'm OG. I'm Unc. I'm the old head, and I accept it, which means you're going to get a brash, strong, dominance, masculinity because I no longer have time to play. So in closing,
this is the Leaders Only show and podcast, live streaming every Sunday at 2 p.m. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We are so happy to be back. I guarantee you can feel that energy right there.
Yes, we definitely appreciate it, man. It's been a while, so we definitely appreciate y'all joining us. Season 5, episode 1. We're brought to you by
What It Changed Mentoring Inc. What It Changed Mentoring Inc. and Tone Drone TV.
Yes, indeed. And I am your mental health chef, Samaj.
And I am Kendall Callahan, man.
Yeah, so please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. If you catch the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. You can also email us if there's any coverage that needs to be done on any events going on in your community, any topics that you feel like we should discuss or anyone we should interview. Reach out to us at
leadersonly22@gmail.com.
And we'll definitely love to hear from you some more. From now, we got the season 5, round 1 in the bag. Please reach out, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. It's been a blessing. We love you all. If you're looking for some of this goodness, mentalhealthchef.com. mentalhealthchef.com.
Peace.